Hi there, Libra. It's Jen here. I'm doing the reading for August. I was just sitting here meditating and shuffling. Oh, and now two cards have popped out. I just did Sagittarius, and they had that card. So for August, I got a little distracted by the cards coming out so fast. For August, we have a new moon in Leo on August 8th. That's a fixed fire sign. I feel like I'm just getting that for you guys, you just have to persevere. You just have to stick with something. It's going to get better. It is going to get easier. It's going to get better. But you just kind of have to know that this is a marathon, not a sprint, and just settle into your rhythm. And some time will pass. And one day you'll think and go, oh, it's we're getting in a groove here. We're getting in a rhythm. Things are better. That was temporary. At the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Cups. Can you see that? So the Nine of Cups, it's known as the Wish card. So that was at the bottom of the deck. Oh, and then you have the Magician next that caught my eye, so I'm going to put that up there. So your wish, you want to manifest. I feel like that you have a fantasy life, okay? But it's fantasy in the sense that it's in your head. It doesn't mean that you're dreaming of a Game of Thrones and having a dragon, which I want. It's still fantasy because you haven't. It's a dream. You haven't, manifested it, brought it, or made it happen yourself. Because I think the Magician is more than just manifesting. It's rolling up your sleeves and getting in there and putting everything you have into it. And it's interesting in this picture. It looks almost. Oh, you can't see the Magician. That's why I'm like, what's going on here? It looks like she's looking over at the Magician, the Wish. And the Magician's just super focused. Yeah, I think, again, that the wish lady, your wish, with the Magician to me is to create, like the life you're living is fine, but it's not the one you really want. And I don't know if you're in denial about what you really want or you've resigned yourself to this is just how it is. Or, and you can, yeah, and in some ways, that can be subconscious. In some ways, though, that can be, it's like that, I think it's a Grateful Dead lyric. You change by not changing at all. I can't remember. I think it's in Althea. You change by not changing at all. Something like that. And so by convincing ourselves we can't do certain things, we do make a decision because we've let our ego come out and go, oh, well, can't do that because of this, and this, you idiot. So what do you, it just shuts us down so quickly. Didn't I hear persevere before? Persevere. If you persevere, you can make it happen. Let's look at the cards that have come out. So those were from the bottom. So we have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card that says, God, did you just feel like This came out actually for several signs, I think, for the moon reading. I think that's what I'm thinking of. No, it wasn't even. It was the Five of Swords. Anyway, forget it. Stay with Libra's reading for August. Seven of Wands. It's defending yourself without becoming defensive, not allowing someone to get you on the defensive. This card says in the card, you're literally in a position of power up high. But this is just saying if you stay calm, you state your case, you don't allow your emotions to get into it, and just calmly state the facts. That's it. Don't let someone who's trying to get you on the defensive try to get to you, because they'll then change the topic. You know what I mean? And especially if they're losing their argument or not getting their way or whatever it is, that's a sign they want to get off that topic because they can't win on that topic. So they're going to pick something so that they can, get you on the defensive. So, but really let's focus on us. That's what the tarot cards are about. That's sort of the scene potentially, or the feeling you might have, that feeling of needing to explain yourself. But the lesson of the card is no is a complete sentence. You don't owe anyone any explanation for how you live your life. But it's like moving into another level of confidence. Even if you don't feel that way, you'll learn how to present that. Because trust me, most people don't feel calm, cool, and collected. They feel like they need to explain themselves or have imposter syndrome or all of those things too. But you can learn how to present those types of communication skills, I guess. Ten of Wands is there is a burden you're carrying. And it is affecting you whether you realize it or not. I mean, he's bent down here. He's having trouble. Excuse me, it's early in the morning here. Yeah, I wonder if it's early in the morning there. Or sunset, you know what I mean? You can never tell. Or I don't know how to tell if there's a way to tell. Unless you know where which way you're facing. So I always imagine this person dropping those wands on his back and really taking a good look at them and deciding which are truly, truly, truly his wands to carry and what are other baggage, guilt, responsibilities of other people. What else are we hanging that we're can't speak up and say no to? Or, say, you know what, this isn't my responsibility. And then just pick up what you need and carry on. And you can let go of those things. And if you're carrying someone else's responsibility and you say you're not doing it anymore, you better best bet that they're going to probably come after you, because it was working for them having you do everything. that was working for them. Six of Cups. Children could be factoring into the issue. To me, the Six of Cups is a very sweet energy, a very innocent energy. It's stopping and smelling the roses. I think of my childhood, and I'm 50, so my childhood living in rural Vermont, we had 2 channels, 3 channels maybe on the TV. the closest kids to play with were half a mile away, and we were latchkey kids, so weird, and it was now I wouldn't even let my son, I don't think, ride his bike on the road near me, let alone let alone the main road, because I actually live where I grew up. But we were always off on our bikes. We were, we were always out in the woods playing. That type of that's what it conjures up for me. So what does it? What are those simple pleasures? Having an ice cream, walking to the store when I was at my friend's house buying penny candy. We could also buy her mom smokes, but that was a whole nother story. Oh my God, it's so crazy when you think back about stuff. But that's what it is, the reminiscing. That maybe you'll be, my brother was just home who's Libra. Hi, if you're watching. We always get telling the stories, the family stories. And it's so interesting though, because I remember things he doesn't even remember at all, and vice versa. And then the things we do remember, we remember them differently. But if we could all go back in a time machine and actually be there, be present, relive that moment as it was, I'm sure no one had it right. So there's a slight fantasy, and well, it's nostalgia, but a little bit of remembering something better or worse than it actually was. But for me, when I see the Six of Cups, it's simplify. Maybe that's, your wish. You want to simplify things, but you don't know how to do that because we have bills, right? Someone has to pay, someone has to keep the lights on. So that Capricorn energy. But you still have this deep wish and desire that you could or can make a reality. I want to take a couple more cards. Sorry, I'm just sitting here looking 12 minutes. I want to take a couple more cards to clarify. So what do you want to manifest? What's the Magician? I hope you guys can hear the rain, or that it's not too annoying. There's just this perfect gentle rain, and we need rain here. Oh my gosh. So sorry to all the people in Europe experiencing the flooding. It's horrific. Wow. Judgment. A wake-up call. So in order to make these changes, to have your wish, there will be some wake-up call. That can sometimes happen, like if you hear a friend of yours has cancer, or if you hear, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but it's something that's significant, that you go, holy shit, we're the same age. That could be happening to me, because we all kind of go around in denial about things. But you hear about it and it snaps you. There's some sort of awakening with it, and you make some change. Like, why am I not pursuing this? Like life is too short. It's interesting. There's music here. I was just playing Stairway to Heaven for my son. I'm like, if you've never heard Stairway to Heaven, you have to hear that song. There's a path, a journey. Now I'm hearing more lyrics. I'm on a journey. I'm just a human being on another fucking journey. There's a butterfly in the card for transformation. Transforming your life. We kind of said that before, didn't we? Here, okay, Four of Pentacles is my plant sticking out. Let's just put it over it. We don't need to see the Ten of Wands. Oh. The Four of Pentacles is kind of, it's how do I want to say it? It can be very much attached to physical, financial security, things that you're concerned about those things at this time. You're concerned about, or you're holding on to what you have. You're afraid you're going to lose it. It's a card about boundaries to me, because he's sitting there all alone in that room, clutching this chest of money or whatever, his possessions, and he's in there all alone. So sometimes you do need boundaries because people are going to take things. I want to say violate. That's not how I really, in the sense that, yeah, I guess anytime you don't respect someone's boundaries, you're violating them on some way, right? But this person has chosen his things over anything else. But sometimes our boundaries are too loose. And I would say she's overdue in putting some boundaries down. So maybe you're dealing with someone who's so fixed, maybe a fixed sign, which are, I know, Scorpio, Taurus, and Gemini. No. Leo. I can't remember the other one. Sorry. It must be Aquarius. Must be Aquarius. Yeah, when you're dealing with someone that's so fixed and so tightly wrapped, and this is, and people are like that because it's comfortable, right? That's where things like OCD come from. Things have to be just right because I'm trying to externally manage, and I'm not saying all fixed signs do this, every sign does this, which I'm going to manage things externally that are really internal issues. But if everything looks neat and I keep things in a certain way, it keeps me calm inside. Now, we all need to do things that keep us calm inside, right? That's what meditation is, mindfulness, exercise, all those things. But when it starts to affect relationships, because there's such an inflexibility there, that's a problem. Over here, the Six of Cups, the card that came out with that is the Three of Pentacles, which this is a card of teamwork. It's three. Threes seem significant. Working together. Yeah, working on I'm hearing you're on the same side. Working together as a team. Everyone has their own roles, but they all need to be on the same team, not fighting within the team or feeling at odds within the team to accomplish anything. And everyone wants to feel like they're a part of the team or on the same side, whether they admit it or not. So somehow communicating, hey, we're all on the same side. And maybe trying to point out how, well, one, with this person here, picking your battles. Like, what is it's truly worth fighting about. And I think that gets much smaller and smaller when you start to look, especially with this wake up call here. Oops. With this wake up call, you're like, it's just not worth battling over. I don't know how the towels are folded or the toilet paper roll is on, or what, you know what I mean? Just but if that situation's very burdensome, it's like you want to simplify. You want somewhere where everyone's working together. And maybe you're going to put your foot down. You are going to put a boundary down yourself. And because life is too short. And you're carrying a burden that needs to be put down. It's like it's time to say something you haven't wanted to say out loud. I forgot to tell you that there's an Aquarius full moon on August 22nd. I think I started talking about Leo. We were talking about Leo, that new moon on the 8th, so that's a fixed fire sign. So that could point to timing for that. And then Aquarius on full moon in Aquarius on August 22nd. They get 2 full moons, I guess, this year. Okay, I will leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.